Let's welcome to the show former top Facebook official, Kara Frederick. It's good to have you on. Okay, Elon Musk is now Twitter's biggest shareholder. He bought nearly $3 billion worth of shares in Twitter. It's more than a 9% stake. He doesn't like Twitter undermining free speech. Is he going to shake it up over there? What do you think?
I really hope so, and I think the opportunity is there because Elon Musk gets it. He tweeted out on March 26th, when he already knew that he bought these shares, but the public didn't know, that Twitter is the de facto public town square, and that failing to adhere to free speech principles undermines democracy. And then he said, what should we do about it? So if his public pronouncements are to be believed, then he gets it, and I think CEOs, including the CEO of Twitter, Mr. Agrawal, who in 2020 said, our role is not to abide by the First Amendment. So I hope Elon Musk actually says, no, we're going to use the First Amendment. That's going to be the guiding principle for this company going forward, and he wields that influence accordingly.
So stay on this. So Twitter CEO said our job is not to abide by the First Amendment, but then they're marketing themselves as the America's town square. He can't have it both ways. We saw misinformation and suppression about Trump-Russia, about the pandemic, and about Hunter Biden. The national conversation is being twisted and distorted by the power of big tech, and conservatives don't like it. Can you speak more to that?
Absolutely. And you have to remember that Twitter has been a leading voice when it comes to the suppression of conservative thought, heterodox thought, or thought that's just inconvenient to the progressive leftist narrative. In the best example of this, you mentioned the Hunter Biden laptop suppression. So Twitter was even breaking direct messages with links to that New York Post story. So they very much led the way when it comes to all of this. And what we know now is that these aren't just sort of harmless, oh, we're, just making it up as we go along and letting the winds sort of blow as they may. No, there is an ideology behind this, and there's political and electoral impacts. The Media Research Center, they polled last fall, and it showed 1 in 6 Biden voters, had they been aware of information like the Hunter Biden laptop story, they would have voted differently. So there was a McLaughlin and Associates poll that said most Americans think that was election interference, social media suppression in particular.
What do you know of who inside these? Tell us more about what you know about people inside Twitter and Facebook doing the censorship. Who are they?
Yeah, so some of them are just, regular people regular analysts, they're content moderators, people who are sort of looking at this information and they're saying, oh, this constitutes our nebulous conception of harm, or we need to preserve this nebulous conception of safety, and therefore we need to flag this, to take it down, to suspend or suppress this information. It's interesting because the government in some ways has their thumb on the scale here. We know that, especially in the case of Facebook, Jen Psaki in July strode up to the White House podium and said, we're working with Facebook to suppress and suspend accounts and users that are purveying disinformation. Within a month,
wow,
those accounts were removed from Facebook. So the Biden administration is working with these companies to police speech.
It's scary stuff. Kara Frederick, that was a terrific interview. Really smart stuff. We'd love to have you back on. It's good to see you. Come back soon.